Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up? It's your boy Rayshawn B up in here. How you doing today?
Shaka Shabazz, and this is the RS Connection. What's
Shabazz.
going on, my brother?
I just like saying Shaka Shabazz.
We ain't got no drinks yet.
I know, man. He just pulled up, but we
Drink
gonna be there. We ain't gonna be there. Anyway, what's up, everybody?
Drink chumps.
Oh, man. We need them suckers, too. We can get this party started. Hey, y'all, what's up? Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Yo, we coming to you live, direct from the Nook right here, 4231 East Indian School Road in Phoenix, Arizona. Heart of Arcadia is where you want to be. We don't have our drinks yet, but we gonna get them. And they always on point. The food is on point. The pizza is on point. The service is on point. Always the Godfather booth is on point. We trying a new style on y'all. Let y'all see the little corner of the angle. Catch the other side of the tats. Yo, yeah, baby. I'm gonna have to do sleep on this side now.
So
Look at his new shirt. Look at y'all. Check out my boy Shaka with the new flavor on. Yeah, boy. Look at
all
him.
in the cut like it's 11 p.m. in this motherfucker. I'm all like this.
Got his pastel purple on.
Hey, man, summertime, summer colors, my brother.
I ain't mad at you, bro. I'm just talking that shit.
What? Are we in focus?
Live, baby. We doing this live. This is what you do, y'all YouTube. This is what you do before you get your production crew. You go ahead and you manually handle this thing every step of the way. And my man Shaka Shabazz is the best. So I'm telling you, shout out to this brother. If you need some video footage, if you need a wedding, if you need special event, if you need an interview, if you're trying to set up a commercial right there, if you're trying to set up a commercial, if you're trying to do anything, you need professional lights, professional cameras, professional service, professional talk. My man Shaka Shabazz is right there for you. It's like that. That's straight up. Word is bond. Word is bond. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had to shout my boy out there. Yeah, because I'm proud of him.
Thanks for the plug.
Yo, man, you do your shit, man. African American Made. If you want to check out the quality, check out the series. African American Made. That's Instagram, that's YouTube, that's TikTok. It's all the same everywhere you want because it's African American Made.
Why, thank you, my brother.
Yeah, baby.
All right.
Yeah.
This is a bunch of love Friday.
Come on now.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Always.
I don't have any props to play with while I'm talking. So
this is a little different right
here.
Right?
Yeah. Give me a glass or something. A fucking bowl in my hand or something.
Help.
Gonna have to do this sober.
Oh man, you always do it sober, son. And with your mocktails, trying to act like you over here tipsy.
I'm punch drunk, man. Get it?
It's punch, all right. Kool-Aid drunk.
It's not supposed to be Kool-Aid, though. It's not supposed to be Kool-Aid, man.
No, it's not.
It's supposed to be like an exotic. Well, that's what they told me. I don't know.
It's exotic Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Remember when they first came out with tropical, and then they came out with that blue raspberry?
Yeah,
I thought that was exotic in the hood. It's blue raspberry. I didn't know raspberries are blue. That's exotic. They must have that in Thailand.
Yeah, but my man, he puts that ginger.
He puts ginger in there.
Yeah, man, the ginger makes your cock strong. Pause.
I don't know what you telling. Oh, you shouting out the ladies. Tell the ladies that, man.
I ain't got it. Look,
tell them that.
If you already know.
Hey, ladies, he just told you he drink lots of ginger. You know what it do.
We don't have to qualify it by saying that. You know.
I don't know. I'm just making sure.
Not you.
I'm making sure they know.
Oh, look at them guns. Look at them with guns, baby. Look at them with guns. God damn, Black Steel. Damn. Look at that dent. Look at that big ass dent in that ball, right? That's what I'm talking about right there, baby. God damn.
Get them BB guns out of here.
Pause like a motherfucker.
Pause, baby. Pause. Anyway. Well, before we start, I do want to give a shout out to Maui, to Hawaii with the fires, man. The wildfires that got spread, man. What's that? Lahaina? I'm not sure. I ain't been, but man, it's burnt up. I just had a ex-teacher, friend teacher, just left there on Monday or last Sunday, right before it caught fire. Like everything is destroyed there. So shout out to the people there. You know, safe journeys. I know that some of the airlines are shipping you guys out. Safe journeys. I hope you didn't lose anyone close to you. If you did, you know, prayers and safe journey for their passing. You know, like that's just crazy though. But it's like totally burnt up.
Yeah, man. You know? Yeah, about 50 people.
Yeah, 50. Yeah,
so far and counting, I guess. But yeah, I didn't even know anything about it. I heard it on the news on the way here.
Oh man, I was like, that's. So, I tell people that's why I want to live on an island, because I'm like, I know I might not be able to escape, but at least here, if the apocalypse come, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go for it. But on an island, you got 4, maybe 6 miles to get to the coast. If you ain't got a helicopter, a boat, or some aqua gears, a submarine,
aqua gear ain't gonna do you no good in Arizona.
I know here. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you mean in Maui?
Like any island, man. That's why I want to live on an island, man. I'm like,
yeah, but then you got to think about it, man. What part of the water are you near?
Where?
You jump in the water and then you get eaten up.
That's
by
what I'm
shit.
saying. You stuck. You trapped, man. Like
you gonna get your shit snapped up.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, damn! You could have got my toe instead, dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So that's just how it was. But prayers and best wishes to everybody there. You know, just wanted to do that while that was on the mind.
Yeah.
And speaking about water and stuff, yo, they just found a new species of what they call it. It's like a starfish, but it's a strawberry, feather strawberry. So basically, this thing has 20 tentacles. Like 10 of them are long and feathery, and then like the other 10 are like short and stubby. And the way the body looks is like a strawberry. That's why I call it a strawberry feather starfish or whatever. But yeah, they found a new species down in Antarctica. You know, I'm always interested in Antarctica, because I'm like, yo, there's a lot of shit down there that they ain't telling us. But it's like, it ranges in the water from like 600 feet to like 2,000 feet. And the way it moves is like alien type shit, you know. Well, you know,
How many feet is it?
Huh?
How many feet is it?
I mean, they didn't disclose the size of it, but the picture looked pretty big, but they didn't disclose the size. Like, I don't know. It must be pretty big because they ain't trying to tell nobody.
Is it bigger than the average?
They didn't say. I mean, I don't know. They said they didn't disclose the size. I just thought it was interesting that they found a new species.
Did they find a family of them, or?
I don't know what they found. They just told you that they found this species and that this is what it has and this is what it looks like.
What it look like again?
It looks like the body looks like a strawberry. So it's like an upside down strawberry. Comes in and boom, it has little knobs, and then it has all these little tentacles that hang up like, and they, you know, some are feathery and others are knobby and shorter, and it's just wild. I mean, I got a picture right here if you want to see it.
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. I mean, you know, I don't know if it'd be good eating though. It don't look like it tastes good.
Can you eat starfish?
I mean, I guess you can eat anything if you're hungry enough.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Slice that sucker up, throw it on that little pan, be like, yo, we got starfish croquette today, baby. About to well, straight up, I eat it, man. I'm a carnivore. I'm gonna eat anything. I'm telling you right now, boy, get hungry. Animals out in the wild. I love y'all, but you can't be dinner. Just saying. Just saying.
I could just see your ass eating the whole blowfish.
Stop!
Don't eat that part. Don't eat that part.
We're like, ooh, that looks all right. Ooh, cut them little points off. Be up in there. Be like them ancients. Eat the heart. Eat the eyes so I can see what it see. That's where your power come from, your strength.
There you go.
You know, like they eat bull testicles. I don't know if I want to eat that though.
You say you'll eat anything.
But they say that make you strong though. Strong like bull.
There you go.
Hey. Go for it.
Eat some bull
it's
nuts.
About to be one of them bull nuts. That sounds way worse than bull testicles.
That's what they are. Pair of nuts.
The bull nuts, boy.
There you
I
go.
don't want them. Eat them bull nuts.
Yeah. You're just an all diet.
Oh, no, I don't want that. Never mind.
You ain't done. No. You got a whole another one on your plate. Oh, I ain't no more. Nah, you gonna finish these motherfuckers.
I quit. You can't quit. I quit, sucker.
Do you boil them?
I don't know,
Saute
man.
them?
I don't know.
Fry them?
I never
Deep fry them?
I never tried it.
I bet down south you'll deep fry them.
I bet you down south you deep fry anything.
Deep fry some.
You know about that, don't you?
Deep fried cow nuts.
Yeah, you know about that.
We don't have cow. Oh, cows don't have nuts. Bulls have nuts.
That's a bull. Yeah, it's a bull is like a male cow.
Say that again.
A bull is a male cow.
Oh, okay.
It's a bovine. I forget what it's bovine because it's 2 stomachs.
Okay, now you're going Poindexter.
I think so, yeah.
All right, calm
I'm just
down.
saying, man,
Slow down. Slow
you gotta
down.
know
You're going
some about 'em,
Poindexter.
you know,
Okay,
right?
we get it.
Yeah, it
it's
does.
a
2
female.
stomachs because it chews the cud.
Stop.
No, it's like it eats food, it puts it in one stomach, it regurgitates up into another stomach, chews it again, and it goes in the other stomach where it digests.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's how they do it.
Mr. 4-H over here.
Yeah, right. That's right. Boy, I was a Boy Scout. I didn't learn that from there, but I just like doing that shit. When I run for president, that's gonna be one of my big. Y'all know I was a Boy Scout.
There you
Time for
go.
president.
There you go.
I almost sold the whole.
Oh, you in therapy?
In my therapy? Oh, if you're gonna help me win, yes.
No. Oh, you didn't get it.
Oh no, it was a black troop, man. We weren't doing that. We was doing that in black troop.
What does that mean?
We could barely get on there, man. We had, man, I can't say, man, we had to fight because all the other white troops. It was like bam, but we had to fight a few times because like they talking shit. Like, yo, come on now, we got to get up in there. We just trying to build Boy Scout. Y'all trying to test us, man. Saying, yeah, we ain't when the Cub Scout we had ladies, so it wasn't no funny duddy. And the guys, it wasn't no funny duddy. At least with me, it
How do
wasn't
you
no
know?
funny.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It wasn't no funny duddy with me.
Yeah.
I can only speak for myself. Hope nothing happened, fellas. I'm gonna have to ask some of
no,
those
they
guys.
got to have the big.
I still keep in touch with some of them. I'm gonna
I
have
know
to
you
ask
have. You better ask.
I'm
Well,
like,
man,
yo.
don't ask them. You know, maybe you're gonna bring
like-
up some fucking trauma or something.
What are you talking about? I'm like, nah, man.
The motherfucker be looking at you crying and
I'm
shit.
like, I was just playing, dog. I'm just playing. My bad.
Every time I close my eyes, I see your fingers.
Pause. Anyway, next thing. Did you know that NASA sent up the DART experiment? Remember that movie back in the day when what was that? One of them, I can't think of the name. You know, when the asteroid crashes into the Earth and everybody died. But basically, they sent up a rocket ship to try to blow the asteroid up and make it split and miss the Earth. So they've been practicing that. So they had this called the DART mission. So they sent a rocket up and a little robot thing, and it landed on this asteroid. And the asteroid wasn't no danger of hitting the Earth, but they landed on there. And they say if this was at 22, and that's how they mark the distance or mark the path. 22:55 minutes. The thing exploded and moved it, and it made it turn 22 and 11 minutes. So it made it change direction. But in that, it knocked off like 37, 38 boulders. None is supposed to hit the Earth, but I'm like, I hope y'all taking note. That might not be the smartest thing to do. You try to blow the meteor up to go this way, but then you got like car size and building size meteors coming to the Earth if that ever happens. I hope they come with a better way. I just thought that was interesting. We're playing with nature still, way out in space. About to blow ourselves up, playing with fireworks and firecrackers and shit. They told you don't hold them suckers.
Yeah, you
He
have
don't
a
care.
big
He don't
ass.
care. He don't care about mass destruction, human extinction. He don't
Apparently, they don't care either.
care. Apparently,
They're the ones that's in control of doing it.
that's why I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna drive the van.
You're gonna try to.
I'm gonna get out of here. Find out where that sucker gonna hit. Oh, I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna find
You
out.
really do
before
think you're
anybody.
Superman.
I am.
Faster than a meteor.
I am, man. It's called being black, man.
Black.
It's called being black. It's called being chocolate. It's called being melanated, son. We was the original superheroes.
Absolutely.
Heracles was, that was a king in Egypt way back in the day. Egypt, Heracles, the trials of Heracles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was Egyptian. He was Kemet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now the party
It's about
starts.
to be on, baby.
Come on now.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, no worries.
Now watch
brother.
me
No
come
problem.
alive.
Oh Lord.
Watch me come alive, baby.
Appreciate you, baby. What I tell y'all about the Nook? Oh, you better get here. You better get here. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You better get here.
Now you get to see all the glasses.
Oh
You
yeah.
get to see them all right here.
Man,
Yeah.
that sounds creepy as all get out.
Yeah, we're gonna have all the
What's that
right
movie?
here.
Bowfinger. I reckon. Fucking Bowfinger over here.
I only watch black programming.
Oh, you back to B1 now? You back? Y'all, he back. That Bama Brawl. He grabbed
I'm
him back.
back.
He like
My people made me proud. I'm back, baby. You know, with some glory, that's when you show back up. Oh yeah, I was there.
I was there. What? That was me. That was me in the pool.
Yeah,
that was
man.
me in the water.
Didn't we do it? We did
that
it,
good,
baby.
Yeah, everybody been on that. You know, and good where they went punch out a paper bag. Yo, cheers, brother. Oh, he's drinking his water. Cheers, man. I'm about to get my sip on. Yeah. But speaking about that Brawl in the bayou.
Are we done with the asteroid?
Yeah, man.
We done with that?
Man.
We're done with that?
That was just a little something to talk about. Like you didn't care about extinction. He didn't care about the extinction level event, so I just thought I'd move on. You know, he don't care. Mass extinction, human civilization done.
Only the album, baby. Only the album.
Busta Rhymes. Come on now. Yeah. When I come through, wanna run through, what? Come on, Busta Bus. Shout out to Busta Rhymes, baby. What? Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all. You seen Busta Rhymes in concert? Boy, that's one of the livest concerts ever. I seen this cat like 3 times. He used to come to G-Borough. We used to do called Super Jams. So $10 gets you 10 acts. $10, and it would be like banging acts like Busta, Nas, Jay-Z, Yin Yang Twins. Like you gonna see somebody. But Busta was up there like 2 or 3 years. Man, the first time I saw, we was wild. We sitting in the back, you know, we done spot something up in the back. This fool comes out on the stage. He runs across the stage, jumps on the speaker. Wow! Like the crowd just go crazy. He comes back, the beat's going. He jumps on the other side. Like, man, the energy this cat put out was like, yo, off the meat rack, son.
Busta's the ish.
Busta was that, man. And I don't know why the people don't put him as like #1 rapper. Like this cat here, who outspit Busta?
Busta got skill. He's got different styles too.
That's what I'm saying. Like everybody talks about everybody.
Flip up his styles.
He spit fast. He spit slow. He spit.
Some of them.
And the whole time he enunciates. It's not like he's like mumbling. Every. He say some shit like every. You're like, what? He said the whole word. Like, yo, Busta. And then I'm like, nobody ever want to test him. They need to put him as #1 rapper of all time. Busta Bus.
There are two people that will test him, though.
Huh?
There are 2 people that have no problem testing him.
Who?
I know you're gonna disagree.
Who?
LL and KRS-One.
They don't want none of his bobos. I love
KRS-One.
I love, man, they don't want. Man, Busta will eat their shit up, boy. And I love KRS.
Well, I'm not saying he won't eat this shit up. I don't think he will. But then they ready. There's the only 2 rappers that are ready. That's the only
I
2.
like those 2.
Oh, there was a rapper that did not. That didn't.
That tried.
That he tried to. Who was that?
Twista.
T.I.
Twista tried, and then he.
Twista tried.
Twista tried to say he was the fastest, and Busta's.
Well, he's fast, but
and you see Eminem don't want somebody say, I'm like, Eminem don't want none of Busta.
Eminem.
No, he don't want none of Busta. And then who else tried? Nobody tried Busta because they don't want none of that. This kind of spin that. Man.
I would love to see. LL. You know, LL's got a new album coming out, whole big project coming out.
Okay, that's what's up. I like LL.
Yeah. But you know, these
ladies
guys
love. You know his name Todd too. Shout out to LL. What? Come on.
Oh,
now.
lick your lips, man. Pause.
Yeah, girl. Lick these lips like I lick you. Chill, baby. About to get banned.
Now we're back in 2023.
I mean, hey. Still 2023. That's 2023 lip
So you think
style.
Busta would take?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know.
You can name who? Who do you think?
I just 2. That's the 2. That's the only 2 that are ready and will do it at any time.
Yeah. I mean, they ready, and I'm not saying they're gonna be shabby. I'm not saying they're gonna be shabby on the mics because I dig they thorough. That's old school. That's like, you know, they've been top dogs since 86.
Maybe nah. I was gonna say Kane, but nah. Kane's got lyrics, man. He's got but I don't know if he's got the energy.
He don't have the energy.
He don't have the energy.
Like Busta gonna come. It's gonna be a whole different thing.
Yeah.
He gonna tell a story. He can drop them flows.
Nobody want to challenge him in the verses.
No.
Are they still doing the verses?
I don't know, but they won't challenge him.
Yeah.
They won't do it.
I think they will.
I triple dog dare you. Get your shit embarrassed up on stage.
That's the only two I can think of that's got the breadth to challenge him like that. I can't think of nobody else.
Nobody. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I'll be upset when they don't put him as number one. They don't be trying to put him in top 10. They be naming all these other suckers, man. Come on now. Come on.
I guess because Busta Rhymes has always been like the wingman in hip hop. Like he's the guy that brings it up from the rear, like on the collabs.
Yeah, like because he.
I mean, he's always he'll kill you on your own shit.
Oh, we was talking about that with Craig Mack. Craig Mack was hot until he did that remix.
Yeah.
LL busted it up on it, and then Busta came through.
Busta was new.
This is my song. This is my album.
He
I wrote
killed it.
this single, son.
Yeah, he killed it. That was probably one of the hottest collabs.
Oh man, that shit was fire.
Second to probably, I'm sure there's more, but I can think of second to probably 4321.
Oh yeah,
which there was a couple versions.
That was hot right there.
4321 was a beast, man.
Was like,
and that's LL. That's LL. That's Uncle LL at the time. I mean, he's been in the game almost 20 years at this point.
But
yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Yeah, like nobody could. Yeah,
Busta Bus. The Busta Bus.
But Busta wasn't on that one. He wasn't on 4321.
The Busta Bus.
DMX was on 4321.
Do the beat. The Busta Bus. The Busta Bus. That's a damn boy. What? Man.
All right.
Anyway,
you could tell. You could tell when shit start going left.
That's my dog, though. I'm telling you, man. Anyway, yo, back to that. While I was talking about that brawl in the bayou.
You never got to it yet,
huh?
You never even.
We started it, and then I stepped off of it. I stepped on it. I touched it, and then I stepped off. You know, damn, boy, it's dusty. It's dusty.
Some water, man. It's hot out here. It's Arizona, player.
Better take short breaths. Anyway, the Brawl on the Bayou, man. Yo, I don't know. I got lots of thoughts about that. I got lots of thoughts about it. You know, first I gotta say.
Look, you couldn't wait. Look,
I gotta say.
Glad you asked. Let me tell you something.
The memes was grade A, everybody. Great job with the memes. Grade A memes. The memery was excellent. Excellent. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the banter. You know, I did notice that a lot of people started talking real big about what they, we was here, we did this, but, you know, they weren't doing nothing. But, you know, I think one of the things I noticed that people actually had like a sense of retribution there. You know, it was nice to see that there was a cohesiveness in the community. But I really wonder now where this industry is going to go, how long it's going to last. You know, is this going to be another 6-week energy deal? Like, yeah, we're in it for 6 weeks, and then, you know, life moves on and everybody moves on with it. Is it going to be something that's going to cause other issues or other racial issues, not necessarily from the other side to us, but us to the other side? You know, just kind of wondering where we're going to take this, and is it worth taking? Is it just something that just occurred and we're just grabbing it because it occurred and we saw it? Or was it something that was a catalyst to maybe a bigger movement or to a national understanding of you see that these things do happen when we say they happen, and for the first time we did retaliate against it. You know, and so many thoughts go through. So
that right there, that's what I was hoping you would say. You know, it was just caught on camera. That stuff happens every day somewhere. Mm-hmm. Every day somewhere it happens. Now, what we normally hear about is somebody getting squared up on and they ain't got no backup nowhere. Mm-hmm. A lot of that stuff happens all the time. I'm not talking about the full melee that happened. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about some individual getting jumped somewhere and there ain't no cavalry. That happens somewhere in America every day.
Yeah.
And that just happened to be a situation where it was an event where there were a lot of black people and there were a lot of cameras and it was caught on camera, right? But this ideal that it's some kind of new awakening or some kind of, I think for a lot of black people, it's more like, see, I told you so.
Right.
More than it is, we're gonna, you know, this is how we're gonna act from this day forward. I don't think it's not like that at all. I think we just see something that's hardly ever caught on camera, and it's another example of remember back in the day, people would say, you know, they're downplayed. You know, you always bringing up racial stuff. You always whining about somebody calling you the N-word. You always whining about being mistreated. And now we're seeing proof of stuff like that.
Right.
Now, the issue with me is that it doesn't matter. I mean, it's not going to change anything. It's just another day in life. I don't think it's going to change anything. It's not going to create any certain kind of conversation among people. It's not going to make certain people who feel a certain way about you, whether it's on either side, feel any differently. It's not going to be this big kumbaya moment that happened as a result of it.
Right.
It's just another day in the life of whatever. You're not going to change the hearts of people who feel the way they feel about them, the way they feel about you.
Right.
You know. So.
Right.
Sorry for a long answer, but
no, that's what we wanted, man.
You know, it's unfortunate that it happened, and I don't want to get caught up in the whole thing about we got him, and look what we did, and we did this, because I think when the dust settles, when the cameras go away, and when people move on to the next big thing, they're gonna retaliate against a lot of those black people, and there's going to be some legal action.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're gonna find a way to do it. I mean, we even seen,
especially with that chair. You go up with your chair, he gonna get
not to be controversial about it, any more controversial than it already is. You already saw in the video where black people were getting arrested. Not that they shouldn't have. I'm not saying they should or they shouldn't. I'm not going to go there. But you saw that. You know, you didn't see anybody else getting arrested.
Yeah.
And there was a press conference where they were patiently waiting for these guys to turn themselves in.
That's how it works.
So to me, that's the stuff I'd look at.
Right.
You know, it was an unfortunate situation. Nobody wants to see anybody get hurt or fight, especially grown people, right?
Right.
And I don't know. I'm gonna have mixed emotions about it, because I'm not gonna celebrate the incident. Is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
get him, yeah. It's unfortunate that we got to deal with that kind of stuff today, man. Still.
Yeah. You know, one of my things, I saw it and I was a little upset, because that's the energy I wanted to see when George Floyd was on the ground. I often said, had people just moved forward, there were a lot of men in the crowd, and had 10 of those guys step forward 3 steps, the officers would have had to stand up and take a defensive stand, because they, oh shit.
Yeah.
And at that moment, you step back, put them in the car. And they would have to be in a whole different thing. We had a lot of men there, you know. And
that's a conditioning, though.
You know, it was fun, not funny, but a year before George Floyd, I told my mom, I said, Mom, I'm at this point. If I see somebody in trouble with the cops and there's something going on, I have to jump in. And she's like, what? I said, I'm telling you this so that if it ever happens, that you know when they say it, you know that I've told you this, and it was not me being belligerent or causing problems, that I need to jump in, and all I'm trying to do is get this guy. I don't care. Hey, arrest him. I'm not saying don't arrest. I don't know what went on. Sure. I'm just seeing some unfair treatment. You got cuffs on and you busting him up, dog. Yeah. Put him in the car. Like, and I told my mom, I said, you know, I feel strongly about this, and if I have to I'm hoping I can just talk, but if I have to grab an officer, I gotta grab him, Mom, and we gotta do it. And she said, no, baby, I don't like it. I said, well, if it was me on the ground, would you want somebody to step in for me? And at that point, she said yes, and I understand. Yeah. So that, because, and then when George Floyd came around, I'm like, nobody stepped in. You ain't gotta try to take a bullet. You ain't gotta try. You just need to move, especially when it's a crowd. Move in, create enough disturbance that you have to address an issue, a different issue.
And it hurts too, man. I echo your sentiment on that, because one part of me is kind of like, damn, what would I have done? Because we can all talk bad, like you said earlier, like I was there. You never know what you're gonna do, man, and you're faced with that, right? And we're conditioned, regardless of whether we like it or not. We're conditioned, and to the point in society where something like that happens, and everyone feels powerless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and by the way, there were young kids that were really talking shit to them cops and trying to get them to back off.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't go as far as intervening, but they did. They were talking shit.
Yeah.
You know, they were like, hey, man, look what you're doing there. Get off them and stuff like that. It
Yeah.
was young kids doing that.
Yeah. The adults went and do it. Like, and that's where we missed it, man.
It's rough. And, you know, people, you know, we talk about these things and we kind of switch toward the law enforcement part of it. But I think it ties in. Some people have, they're entitled.
Yeah.
And there's a group of people in America that feel like, for whatever reason, they feel like black people, they feel like we just taking all the riches or something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Like they just think we got it going on, right? To the point of envy and whatever. It's always at the end of the sentence. It's always black. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, dude, we are out here just trying to, for the most part, most of us are just trying to make it. We don't want beef or smoke with nobody. Yeah. You know, I grew up in a very, I grew up, I wasn't in segregation, but the remnants of segregation was still very thick in the air by the time I was coming up. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I mean, nobody was telling you couldn't go here, you couldn't go there, but you could still feel the difference, right? There was separation. So you know what it's like living in a place like Montgomery where, you know, a small group of kids or men could say things and do things and there's no repercussion for it, right? Now, short of fighting, right? Yeah. But, you know, and I think we just have a new, I don't think it's a boiling point where people are just like bubbling over and saying, I can't take this no more, I can't do it no more. I just think that there's a new crop of men and women coming up now that they're just not having it, you know? Right. And we're not looking for trouble. Most of us are not looking for trouble. We're not going out marauding and looking for groups of people to hurt or anything like that. Right. But we're not taking the you know, being disrespected in stores and, you know, being called out our name for no reason because, you know, a normal thing that happens between two people in society. For example, you know, I pull into your parking spot or something like that you were getting ready to park into, and all of a sudden it becomes you end this and you end that, or, you know, your fingers in my face and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think we're at the point yet where from the law enforcement side, and mind you, that's in that town, they got there's black leadership there, right? But they're still looking at us, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's that's crazy. The part that I kind of noticed in that. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, they're not going to face justice and all that kind of stuff and whatever. I'm not saying that. Right. I'm just saying the knee-jerk reaction was, you know, make sure we're calm down. But on a funny note, though, if I can flip it a minute.
Let's flip it.
Chairman of the board, baby. That's something hospitality. He was offering a seat, man.
That's it. It was good.
He was offering a seat.
That's all.
I think that kind of went, and who am I to say, but I'm just saying from 2,000 miles away, I wasn't involved, I wasn't there. Right. I was saying the whole time I was watching, like, okay, that's enough. Yeah. And deep inside of me, I was like, okay, that's enough. Okay, guys, you proved your point. Yeah. Calm down. I think it just got good, the motherfuckers. It was
good. No, I'm gonna get my lick
because
in.
I'm thinking about what happened, the aftermath of that. I'm thinking about what's going to happen after that. The sweep.
Yeah, like they gonna come through. They're gonna use the video. They're gonna see who was on the boat. They're gonna cross-reference. They're gonna see who was in there, and it's gonna be things. You know, there's always retaliation. I was actually talking about this in another subject I was actually gonna bring up, but I mean, I guess we can tie right in. Was Florida and the schooling now, how they're taking out Black history and changing up the board or changing up the learning. I really think that is a true retaliation off of the statues that were torn down. You know, when the statues in 2020 were torn down, I always said, it's history. Keep the statues, put a new epitaph on there. History is history. We need to include it all. Both sides, all sides, whatever. We tore it down. And anything that we do that, in a sense, is imagery or whatever that's for Black, it's going to cause a recoil. And I think the recoil is now in Florida. They're saying, we can take this history out of here. And I really think that is because it happened after that. We always had a fight for it. Like, no, you can't do that. No, you can add this in, and we were slowly adding things in, and then all of a sudden, take these out, and now we're taking this out. And I think that's a recoil. I mean, I might be looking a little deep, but I always think that it's always 3 or 4 shades deeper than what we're saying. You know, so I really think that we didn't play that one right, and it wasn't even us that said let's take these statues down. There's always somebody else who gets falling with it.
I can give a rat's ass about those statues as far as whether they took them down. They took them down good. You can't go anywhere in Germany and find swastikas all over the place and remnants of, the Third Reich and all that stuff. You ain't gonna find that stuff there. So I mean, and I don't want to go deep with it because I know we're just talking surface stuff here, but those are symbols of a lot of those are symbols of terrorism, and in no other society in the Western world would that be allowed.
But it is in the Holocaust Museum. They have things strictly about Hitler and all the things.
It's in a museum.
Okay, but this history is being taught. It's being shown. And that one changed the epitaph. Like, yo, it's up here so we remember. Yo, this fool did X, Y, and Z. Yeah. Oh, y'all put this epitaph.
There's a place for it in history. I mean, we got. But
they erase our history. If it ain't visual, is it gonna erase it?
Yeah, but I mean, I guess I don't agree with that because, you're saying that statues and cornerstones and, monuments and things like that have some kind of, I just don't think that's, I can't find the right word, but I just don't think that if history is history. History does not have to be a building or a statue or whatever. History is the actual events that happen that is recorded. So if you're really proud of that, then fine. But you can't deny that those things have been used to terrorize a group of people. And I feel, my personal opinion, that it's only because it's African American people that people are making that argument. Now, back to your point about whether this is retaliation or not. That, to me, has a lot just to do about who you're voting in and who's being voted in office. Because those people that are being voted in the office that have those agendas, and then they appoint the people that are over the school board, superintendents, and all these people that make the decisions about what's going to be in the classroom and what's not going to be in the classroom. That's a voting issue.
But this came from state level.
Well, they're elected officials.
But at no state can at a state level, there's no state that black votes can actually control the vote. Even if we all said we're going to vote this thing here, so it's a voting issue that we can't compete on. So instead of thinking about the voting issue, we got to think about what's really going on. And
but there was you're making it sound like there was some kind of bargaining thing at the table. Okay, well, let us keep our monuments and we'll let you talk about slavery in school. No. And it didn't happen that way. You're talking about a retaliatory thing.
Yes.
So let's focus on not you, but I'm saying let's focus on why people are being retaliatory, because that's not supposed to be how our government works.
But we know how this government does work. Okay. It's not supposed to be, but we know how this government works. So why do we always try to live on what it should be instead of living our life and knowing as what it is?
So you say we're supposed to have forethought into thinking that. Let me before we go there.
Yes.
Before I go there, I'm gonna say this: the third part of that, and many of us in the community has said this for decades. We don't need you teaching us our history anyway.
Right.
You're supposed to teach your own children the history. Yes. Shout out in the Nation of Islam. And the Garveyites and all those kind of groups that the knowledge is not there for you to wait to some governmental agency.
Correct.
Allows you to learn about your history, your culture, and your heritage. It's going to be watered down anyway. So I could care less whether it's taught in class or not, because
Okay.
if I was a man who had school-aged children, I would be teaching them at home.
But question now, is it that we're worrying about our teaching, or is it we're saying that we are American and we're worrying about America's teaching? Because in our own community, sure, but are we just our community, or are we supposed to be Americans?
How can you separate the black experience from being an American?
So then other people outside the community need to know. So if it's not put in a public school where other kids are going to know, how do they know our history?
Well, I mean, you're
teach
saying
ourselves.
that, yeah, but you're saying that if you have an elected body that's the majority that can make that decision, and the whole world and the Supreme Court sit by and let it happen, we have no recourse and we have no way of fighting it, then what other choice do you have?
Of course, we're going to teach ourselves, but if
We're
we are
supposed to be
saying
teaching
we're
ourselves. My point is that you're supposed to be teaching yourself anyway. Now I know there's a lot of Negroes
we
that
teach
ain't even
ourselves. I'm
Well,
agreeing with
you,
the fact.
but you and I are different from the rest
I'm
of.
agreeing with the
yeah.
fact that we teach ourselves. Let's just say all blacks teach themselves. As we move forward, and as we know what things happen in the country, not our feelings or what it should be, what truly is. At some point, if we want our history, if we want these things to be known, it has to be taught in a public setting.
Okay,
we,
so how do you
we tend to, like we said, we don't care about the statues, or we tear the statues down because it empower and it's this and this, but yet we said we're going to flip the N word around and make it something that is mainstream and positive. That same type of disrespect,
but that's a
same
conflation,
type of
though.
disrespect. Instead of tearing it down, we didn't take the word out. Let's put a new epitaph on it and make it what we need, so that we have this history.
That's not what you think the people who
that's going to hit
you
them
think
harder.
the people who are defending their right to, see General Lee on some fucking building or something like that.
Okay.
You think they're saying, okay, yeah, I'll compromise with you and let's
They're
do
not
that.
compromising.
Well, I'm just using compromise as a lack of a better word.
If he on the building and you got that on the building, all of a sudden you write he was a bigot and we da-da-da-da, or you put something, whatever, and then you put a picture of a black man beside there, or Martin Luther King or Malcolm X, and now you change this whole thing, that's going to hit it harder than paint over it. That's going to hit, because now every time they drive by, they got to be like, these ninjas. Generally, that if we're trying to get a get back, if we're trying to make our history known, that's what it is.
Well, I think that's a conflation, though, because you said something about the N-word, and that's what people do. They throw all this stuff that black people say to each other and all that. All black people are not on the same level. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I'm just saying that there are some black people in our community. They're good people. They're hardworking people. They could be affluent people, or they could be whatever.
Right.
They could give a shit about black history.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
They can care less. They got people that are really B1 all day long, trying to teach their people, trying to do whatever. They could care less about a General Lee. Because that doesn't diminish who they are as people and who they are in the knowledge they have about their history. So there are different black people on different levels. Because somebody called each other all groups, and I'm going to go on a tangent here a little bit.
Yeah.
All groups. There are people inside that group that use epithets.
But do they use it publicly, mainstream?
I can't say they do or they don't, because I'm not in their group.
You in mainstream? You know if it's mainstream?
But,
do you hear it?
Yeah. Well, yes.
Do you hear it on
okay,
do you hear it anywhere mainstream?
Well, hold on a minute. Yes, I do. I hear, but it's anecdotal. I hear the non-black people that I have been around. Mm-hmm. They say things
amongst themselves, and
well,
maybe you in there.
Well, amongst themselves, if I'm in their company, but that's what you're saying.
It's not mainstream. I'm saying mainstream. I'm saying,
I mean, when you talk about the dominant culture, you're always talking about
I'm talking about music. I'm talking about mainstream, where it is accessible to any Tom, Dick, and Harry in America. Is it accessible? No.
But
We're
how does
that?
But again, I think that's apples and oranges. That has nothing to do.
They still fruit.
That has nothing to do. I can call you the N-word all day long. that doesn't mean when I go out in society, I shouldn't be treated with dignity and respect.
I'm not saying that.
Because at the end of the day, I'm still a taxpayer. I'm still an American. I still have rights. I still live under the Constitution.
I agree.
So what I call myself or what I call you or how I act, as long as I'm not breaking laws.
What I was putting that to us, we said that the statutes were a way that was oppressive. They had different meanings for it. It was a negative deal. We had a negative word that was oppressive, that was everything that this statute represents. But yet we take this word and we make it a positive. We try to put a positive spin on it and make it mainstream. Yeah. And instead of making this epitaph and changing the narrative of this thing and saying, hey, no, this food did X, Y, and Z, and this is what it stands for, we'd rather take it all the way out. But instead of taking something else out that was negative and oppressive to us, we put a spin on it. And instead of this, now we're saying we don't care. Also, it is not necessarily about, you know, the history of people as far as where black people care or don't care about it. It is as we live in this country and we're trying to say we want our respect and our dignity. These are the histories that need to be taught in a public setting in this country that we are citizens of.
So I don't know. I see where you're going with it. I understand what you're saying. And the best way I can surmise it is you're saying there has to be some bargain, and I don't think that was. I mean, one really had nothing to do with the other. If they both happened at the same time, and there were things that, and somebody said, "Hey, look, you know what? You know, how about this?"
I'm not saying a bargain.
I mean,
when I say that, it's not that I'm saying there was a bargain behind doors. I'm saying that as black folks, for instance, history states that slavery was okay because the first case of slavery being property and being able to be passed down as property was because a black man in Virginia sued and said his slaves were his property. So that because of the game of America.
What's that again?
The first person that sued that slaves were property was a black man. I can't remember his name right now. He was a black man in Virginia, and there was something about his slaves. He said, no, they're my property, and they should be passed down through inheritance and X, Y, and Z. He's the person that sued and won and said that slaves were property. It was a black man, and so as time went on, that has been used in history to say.
People always try to throw a black person in something
exactly
to
what I'm saying. Exactly. And although
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. The status of this country and the status of the powers that be and the status of the way it runs, it always plays a part.
So what is the significance of him being his color? Look.
Because then another black man owned another black man, and so that means we white boys can own it.
And that's been through the history of time. History, just a black man today could not own a slave, just like a white man today could not own a slave. What happened in 1545? Everybody owned slaves. There were many black people who owned slaves just because of the social, economic, and political time of the day.
I agree.
So, I mean, this whole thing where people throw up, well, black people had slaves too. It's irrelevant. It's a non sequitur.
I agree.
You know, of course, any man who had property and could afford it and was free could possibly have a slave.
I agree with that.
So it doesn't make it any right. I mean, there were people in ancient Rome who had slaves. There were people
it was people all over. That was a
right.
deal.
So, but slavery was different.
The chattel slavery. They said that's who started chattel slavery. That incident there is what started chattel slavery.
That is
because it was because the paperwork.
Yeah, and a black man.
The paperwork said it became property. But what I'm saying is, we know that, but where we stay, what's going on in history, and the way that the powers are, we know that it is used in some form or fashion to shape history and to shape the present and to put us in a different place. Sure. So that's all I'm saying. So when I say this, I'm not making a excuse for it or a line or just saying, oh, we're using this. What I'm saying is, we got to think 2 steps ahead. You can have my water, man. You can have my
Pause,
water.
man.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Pause.
die now because he's drinking all
Man,
the
you're
water
fine.
up. He gonna
You
die,
got-
man.
you got
Drink
two-
half of it at least, man.
You
Save
got,
me half.
you got 2% water.
Hand me half, man. Save
You
me
got
half.
2%
Go
water
ahead,
in
just
that
pour
drink
half
you
in
got
there,
right
man.
there.
Pour half.
Calm
Take the
down,
straws out.
Calm down.
Take
calm
the straws
down.
out, man. You're gonna spill, man. Look at him wasting my water.
You'll be all right.
Thank you, sir. Trying
You
to
ain't,
kill
go,
me.
you
in the
ain't even go
desert.
drink the water.
Kill me in my. I'm gonna drink it when I finish talking. I'm busy right now.
I interrupted you, my brother.
Yeah, I forgot now. This fool got me off my thing for my water. Anyway, hey everybody, y'all heard that.
So let me ask you
send
this.
something in and tell us what you thinking about this. Yeah,
So let me ask you this.
sure.
Because it sounds like you are a proponent of these symbols of terrorism.
No, I'm a proponent of history. I'm a proponent of history being told, history being shown, history just being acknowledged. That's what I'm a proponent of. History is history. Like I said, I'm a book thrower. I'm a science guy. It's history. What do you do with it?
But there are other people that don't feel the way you do.
Okay,
That there are people that disagree with that.
that's fine. They can have their images, but I'm a man of history. And history, all history is supposed
Yeah,
to
but
be
you're
there.
a man of history, though.
All
You're saying you're a
history is
man of
supposed to be-
history, but that doesn't mean
Show
that.
all areas of history. We look at Camelback Mountain. On this side, it looks like a camel. On the other side, it looks like just a pyramid mountain. Those napkins way over there. Reach to the edge of the table, man. There you go. I got you, dog. I got you. He over there leaking, y'all.
Hey, pause.
He over there got water in his lap, looking like. We need them
Like I just
pull-ups
got a
on.
lap dance.
You got them pull-ups on, boy. Yeah, gracious. Good gracious. Go check your prostate.
So yeah, we.
But no, so I'm not a proponent of leaving oppressive symbols. I'm a proponent of putting history in its place and giving all the angles of it. So if it's there, then let's describe the whole thing.
History in its place. Put
Yeah.
it in a museum.
No, leave
It's
that
not
shit
supposed to
where-
be.
If it was
they're
there,
not supposed to be. You're not supposed to have symbols of degradation on public.
so then put a
So
So
you
put a
know,
positive symbol
I'm a
right
taxpayer.
beside it.
So you're telling me I'm a taxpayer. I'm supposed to be good with having my tax dollar go toward a symbol of oppression.
It was already there, and if that's
Doesn't
the case,
matter if it was already. Doesn't matter.
You know what my solution
times
to that?
change.
What
Times change.
My solution is
Times
right
change.
where the times change, right beside it, put a what I find as a new symbol of positivity or of progress right beside it, and then change the epitaph. Put the new words on it.
I get that.
You know,
You've made
so
that
yeah.
point.
So
but
taking it down is just a minister way to say, if you forget where you came from, it's gonna happen again. You lose sight of what happened, it's gonna happen again. That's
So you don't-
That's
so-
your meter
so
to
let's
tell
cut to
you,
the chase.
yo, this shit
Let's cut-
happened.
let's
It's
cut
your
to-
meter.
let's
It
cut-
happened.
let's cut to the
Don't let it
chase
happen
because
again, boy.
what people play around with is that there are people, and I don't want to go too deep with this because this is not what we're about, but people use those symbols and they use those symbols to embolden themselves to wreak harm on people.
So
And so that right there is the part that people don't want to talk about. When you're talking about one group, and people keep saying America this, America that, we're all Americans.
it's a question.
So why should one group of Americans feel like another group of Americans should not exist?
Okay,
That's
I
the
don't agree
part
with
that we.
I
That's
don't
the
agree
part
with
that we
but-
don't. That's the part that we don't talk about because we tiptoe and play around
No,
with it.
but here's the
But
question.
That's a problem. So
you saying that they use an image to embolden themselves to do something, but we take a word that was way more powerful than that
we
image.
don't though. We don't.
If it's gone mainstream, we as a people have allowed it. As we allowed it, we figure out something, whether it be the minority, whatever.
Black
we allowed
people
it.
ain't. Black
We
people
allowed
did
it.
not
Hey,
lynch. Black people did
hey,
not
question,
lynch.
Question: if that's emboldening to them by this image, and we take this word that is emboldening, but we say that we can change it, why can't we change that image?
Well, number one, it's not my image to change. So
It is. It's our right. If we
No, it's
change
not.
it
It's
wasn't
not
our
my
word to
image.
change, and we changed it.
it's not my image to change. I don't agree with that, by the way.
I
So
don't
we've
either.
already had that conversation.
Yeah, I know, but
I
I'm
don't agree with that. But again, we always use these straw man arguments about, well, what about the black people? They say the N word, like that negates every other wrong thing that happens in society. You can't keep using that. Yeah, some black people use the N word among each other.
So let's change the image.
The later generations have figured out in their mind that they're going to change the meaning of the word and take the sting out of it because it doesn't mean what it meant 250 years ago.
So do that to that image.
But that's not our image.
It wasn't our word
that's a
either.
simple-
That word wasn't our image either.
Yeah, but to me,
That word wasn't our image.
Yeah, but to me,
Were we
one
ignorant and
is
stubborn?
apples and oranges. It's apples and
Were
oranges
we
to me.
ignorant and stubborn? No. Was the image of him wreaking havoc on our community? No. It was neither one was our image.
The word wasn't wreaking havoc on our
It
image.
was.
The word wasn't, but
It
hold on. The
was.
word itself was not. It was the actions. It was the actions that hurt people, not the word. It was the actions.
This ain't no sticks and stones.
It's a word that characterized a group of people. That's all it was. A word that characterized a group of people. The
So
actions
you
that
think
happened.
that didn't make it emboldening? That didn't embolden people to do extra things?
No, I don't think the word did. The system
Really?
did. The system did. See, you and I, we didn't live during slavery time. We don't understand. We read about it, or we philosophize. We philosophize about it, but we didn't live in that time under an oppressive system that
True.
went on year after year, decade after decade,
True.
hundreds of years, where a perpetual situation that you could not get off, that was very brutal, that was long lasting, and yes, a black person here,
Yeah, I'd have been way out in the field, boy. Way out there.
I would have been like, Josiah, I stole you some cornbread from the pantry. Master, I have my hide if you know I gave you a
Why
piece
my
of
name
this
gotta be
cornbread.
Josiah? I want to be Josiah. Your name's Josiah.
Elohebrew. You know,
There you go.
they have those biblical names.
Right?
Elohebrew.
Oh, man.
I've got you this cornbread.
Man, I would've
Make
never
sure
seen
you
the
wipe the
kitchen.
crumbs out for Master don't see those crumbs on you, because I'm going to die if
Man,
he
look,
does.
y'all, when he get his
I
little,
got you a picture of Kool-Aid.
when he get his Roots character on, that boy be ready. That boy ready to survive. I would have never seen the kitchen, huh? It'd been like, boy, you gonna come 200 yards to this house.
I got you a slice of this lemon pie.
Oh shit, you'd have died. You living on the edge, trying lemon pie. Damn, dog, man. Send me,
I love you, Josiah. You my brother.
Man, send me some
Half-brother.
bag of rice
You
so I
my
can feed my
half-brother.
family. How mama doing? Because she been out with me. You would have never seen her either. Mama doing well. She fine. She's fine, bro.
Mama got a new husband.
He good.
He's good.